knowing that 60% of your audience is mobile and that they're like, do you think it has anything to do with the clients that you're serving? Like they're kind of different than just the average American, in the sense that their job is different?
Mm-hmm. I do think that's a lot of it. Yes, and that's maybe a struggle too. And that's where we're pushing with being agriculture, and the average age of a farmer and rancher now is over 65 years of age. So there's a ton that have a hard time or probably not going to use the website, just the age factor and knowledge. Right. But the ones that do use it, I think, are very engaged and on the go and technology savvy to a point. And so I think that is why we see that. And then I do think for trying to get a younger subscriber, so to speak, that's where we're putting our efforts. I do believe this is key to get those on.
Yeah. So that's pretty much exactly what Kayla said. Like she thinks the growing audience is mainly with younger people just starting to read the paper as they get into the industry, more. But I would honestly, I would bet a lot of it is people that have just jumped over, like some of the older readers. I've noticed they seem to jump over the desktop. They go right from print to mobile.
That's true. Well, that's another thing. So I guess like an iPad in that would be mobile, wouldn't it?
Definitely.
We have had quite a few that thankfully very loyal readers, and during the pandemic and the mail issues, they weren't getting their papers on timely fashion. And so we had a lot of call-ins and complaints, and that was one thing we directed them to, said, well, you can get it on your computer. I don't own a computer. You own a phone? Yeah, but I don't. Okay. Do you have an iPad? Well, yeah, my daughter has got me an iPad,
Interesting.
So we'd walk them through, get them signed up on, activate their digital subscription side and get their username and password set up, and either download the app on the iPad or show them where to go to pull it up. And then they were getting their news instantly, so we did push that way. And maybe that's also another factor, is raising how many of them have iPads.
That's the thing. Yeah. I was going to say that. Yeah. I think iPads are not the most popular device coming into the site. They are up there. They're more than I would have expected, I guess.
I see. Yeah.
They fall in the tablet and phablet category. Some people, it would be considered a phablet, even though it's just like a small iPad.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically it's almost a phone, but it doesn't make calls. It's like that small.
Yeah.
But it's internet connected. So I think together that's about 10% of your audience.
Gotcha.
Which does seem high to me. So I think people. It's funny. Yeah, they jumped over the desktop completely, and maybe they didn't make it all the way to the smartphone, but they got the tablet.
Yeah.
I don't know which is more advanced. I guess the smartphone came out first.
Sure.
So
I think they have a whole age group that they're dead set against getting a smartphone. They like their cell phone. And then a desktop is intimidating. It's big and clunky. You hand grandma an iPad. It's a good size. It's not overwhelming, and it's not a phone. She fell in love with it.
It's interesting.
Yeah. That's what happened to my mother.
Yeah, right. Yeah, had quite a few of those calls, which was interesting.
I mean, it's easier to read. It's like, it has the benefits of the large screen of the laptop.
Yeah.
But it's and it's also intuitive with the just all touch interface.
Yeah.
But before I forget, I want to ask you this, Jared. When you launched the site, you were talking about walking people through downloading the app. Like, so you guys at the paper spent a lot of time training your audience.
I don't know if I'd say a lot of time, but yes, we do have some of that for sure with our older, I hate to stereotype, but older readers.
Yeah, no, I hear you. this is a common problem. I mean, do you have any suggestions for us on what could we do? I mean, would a video kind of thing help that like showed them like
honestly, Matt, I don't know if it would. Just because they're probably, they're not getting on it to begin with.
They're not going to watch the video anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. They kind of like that personal touch,
gotcha.
Talking to somebody and having them walk them through. So I think,
right.
And it isn't that time. It's a little time consuming, but it isn't like we're getting 10 calls an hour either. It's probably
right.
A dozen a week. So,
right.
And the good news is it's easy enough. Quite frankly, our old website before didn't seem that way, but people had troubles as we were walking them through for some reason. To us, it seemed easy enough, but
right.
But with this website, everybody seems to get it very quickly. So I think works really well. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
no, that's really important. At the end of the day, it's got to be easy. So. I think we're coming up on an hour here, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. But I just wanted to check in. I mean, looks like the subscribers, you guys are doing solid there. I mean, every month we're looking at a few $100s anyway. Some months better than others.
Yeah, sure.
And you're doing auto renewal, I think. Is that right?
Correct.
Great. Okay.
Yeah.
So then you got all these legacy. Printing online. So a lot of combo orders. And I think it's interesting. You got these 119 paid members, but then you have 200 people with the app, 250 people. So how has that gone for you? Because, they have to log into the app. They have to buy the subscription on the website. Then they have to log into the app, right?
Right.
Log in. Do people ever get hung up on that when they're trying to get the app set up after purchasing a subscription?
No, not that I've really heard of. Maybe the other people in our office have received more calls than I know about, but I really have not heard that, I guess. So
right. And just so that, everyone is on the same page, like this is what their paywall looks like. So, I mean, I would imagine there's probably, again, 250 people with the app on their phone, about 100 use it actively each month. I guess that mostly is going to be the paid members. But my point is that you can download the app for free and read the teasers. And I think there's probably some users that do that.
Yeah, maybe then.
That's not the majority. I don't. All right, cool. So, I think we covered everything. I mean, like I said, this is pretty much just like an intro interview we were hoping to do with you, just to kind of, get your feedback. We'll probably try to get some folks together for like a webinar to kind of brainstorm on these different things. Would you be interested in participating in something like that?
Yes. Yeah. Myself or Kayla or somebody would sure be interested. I would I could sure give a 30,000 foot view. Kayla is in it actively using every day, posting and stuff. So she would be good on using it.
Sure.
That way. So whatever you need, either one of us would be happy to do that.
Sounds good. Yeah, no, definitely. All right. I'm going to nail down some dates. I think we're looking early September right now, but I'll follow up with you. And, what we could do, I know that you're not as much in the weeds and stuff. So like we can, go over any stats that you want, beforehand. I'm going to provide all the questions ahead of time,
Gotcha.
So, you don't feel like you're going in there and it's going to be like, I have no idea what to expect. I pretty much have the same, like 5 or 6 questions for everyone. And I just kind of want to go around the panelists and, get everyone's perspective. 'Cause you really do have a unique perspective with this niche audience that you serve. I think a lot of people could learn from you. So,
yes.
Cool. All right. So, any other questions, Terry, Vera, or Tyler, before we let Jared go?
No, I'm all good. Thank you so much, Jared.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I think that covered everything. Thanks.